You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
What is going on, Isles fans? Matt O'Leary back with another post-game show, riding solo. We might get Mitch to pop in towards the end of the show. He's on his way home from hockey. So we will see if we get good buddy Mitch Anderson on the program. But for now, it is I, Matt O'Leary, riding solo with you in a 5-2 New York Islanders loss to the Seattle Kraken. Now, 5-2 looks bad, but this game was so much worse than the score indicates. When they were down 4-0 after 2 periods of play, that was about the worst 2 periods of the season. This might have been the Islanders' worst effort in a really, really, really long time, which is saying something because it feels like all year this team has given you crappy effort after crappy effort. But tonight, I think really takes the cake as Ilya Sorokin got pulled after 2. I don't even know if you blame Ilya Sorokin. The box score numbers are going to look like absolute garbage for him and for mostly the rest of this team. But just, my goodness gracious, what a horrific, horrific showing tonight from the New York Islanders. Let's hop right into this one and start with the first goal of the game, 2:48 in. It's a tip shot from Ty Cartier, his 3rd goal of the year. Vince Dunn on the primary assist. He was stellar tonight, had 3 points on the first 3 goals. Let's take a look at the breakdown here. Again, really just nice play by Cartier as he goes to the front of the net. An unbelievable deflection. It was going wide. It was going well wide. Vince Dunn was sending it to, I guess, the right side of Ilya Sorokin, and he's going from left to right, and then it deflects back in to get the Kraken out on the board to an early 1-0 lead. And like, they were buzzing right out of the gate. Sure, the shot total wasn't crazy high, but you could tell right from the beginning of this game that it was the Kraken controlling play. And it was probably that way for the first 40 minutes of this game, first 2 periods. Islanders gave you a little bit of a better effort in that 3rd period, but too little too late at that point. So Cartier gets on the board. Again, his 3rd of the year. Then the Islanders would go to a penalty kill on a delay of game penalty from Scott Mayfield, who hasn't been great this year and has a tendency to end up in the box himself. Oliver Bjorkstrand on the power play. Guess what? Another tip in front, which is, again, why I'm not going to crush Ilya Sorokin here, because on these deflected pucks, again, from the point, there's not a whole lot that you could do. And Bjorkstrand is kind of just hanging out there uncontested in the middle. And just to add fuel to the fire, it's the 31st penalty kill. They're 31st in power play and penalty kill, they were saying on the broadcast. Just a horrific, horrific showing. So after 1 period of play, you're already down 2-0 at this point. I'm going to check in with the comments too, so you guys can toss your comments in. Left lock gets us going. Just one of those nights. Terrible all around. Pierre Engvall signed that lease on an apartment. You are permanently resident in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't particularly great. The team in general wasn't particularly great tonight. John Smith making a joke about him being a $21 million AHLer is borderline, right? Andre says, you should have seen Lou's face when they showed him on the TV. Look completely defeated. We can pull that up because I was watching the game and they tweeted it out. Or not tweeted out. They showed Lou and many people screen grabbed it and tweeted it out. So here we go. This is Lou Lamoriello just staring off into the abyss as his team is down 4-0. And it looks like his days should be numbered. There is not a world where he should be back next year as a general manager. I don't know if the Islanders are going to make a move in season. I've kind of said that I don't think they will make a move in season. Not saying that I am advocating for them to keep Lou Lamoriello. That's not the case. I don't think they should. I just don't think they make any sort of in-season decisions. This was one of those games, though. I'm not going to lie to you. This felt like a game that people get fired from. You had that feel with Lane Lambert towards the end. It was like this might be the end of the line here. And like they can't play the fire the coach card this time. They pulled that last year with this team. And Patrick Waugh ended up sparking them and getting them to a playoff spot, but it still really wasn't enough. Walter chimes in, says entire bottom six should be sent to Bridgeport. They get essentially nothing out of their bottom six every single night. It is a really just poor unit. And especially when you consider more often than not with most teams, your bottom six are supposed to be, defensive minded forwards, guys you could use on the penalty kill. And the Islanders have one of the worst penalty kills in the league. Just completely not effective on the penalty kill. I want to see if I could pull it up because Stefan Rosner tweeted it out. So I'm going to look for it while I'm on with you guys. Again, I'm doing this solo, so bear with me here a little bit as I'm talking and also pulling up, the own data here. But the Islanders penalty kill at home, they gave up 2 power play goals in this game, by the way. But they are around 50% at home. Where is this? Where's this tweet? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I wish I had it. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to do this on the fly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it up, but moral of the story, the Islanders on the penalty kill at home, just downright horrific stuff. It really is. They got booed off the ice after the second period. We'll get into those goals too, as well. Just not a good enough effort tonight, as is going to be the theme here. Second period gets started. Vince Dunn continues the scoring. As I mentioned, he had 3 points tonight, 3 on the first 3 goals. He was incredible all around. Watch him here as he carries the puck all the way through, regains possession, and steps right in and rips one through. I mean, it was a great shot. He just wasn't really contested all that well. Comes around the net, gives it off, wins a battle along the boards, walks down Main Street. Hutton doesn't really do much to step up and rips one past Sorokin. And now it's a 3-0 hole. And, shortly thereafter, I scrolled up too high. At the 13:05 mark of the period, they go on the power play. Again, Noah Dobson goes off with a high sticking. And Shane Wright scores a power play goal. Oh, I don't want to do this. Sorry. I don't want to pull up. I don't want to get demonetized here. We want the visualizer. So watch him in the puck along the boards. Gets it out to the top. Walks in, rips one. And that was all she wrote. I mean, that pretty much sealed it. 3-0 felt like it sealed the deal. Hell, 2-0 after the first period really felt like it sealed it. But a 0-for-2 night on the penalty kill and a 0-for-3 night, which included, by the way, at some point in this game, I want to give you the actual time. It was at the end of the second period. Brandon Montour goes off for a high sticking, double minor against Casey Cizikas. Islanders had 4 straight minutes of, of power play time, and they don't get anything going. They had 56 seconds, so not a ton of time, but the fresh sheet of ice at the third doesn't do anything for them either. And just like that, sorry, I wanted to mute myself that time. Just like that, still a 4-0 game. Third period, Islanders played a little bit tougher in that third period. You would get a Noah Dobson goal, just his second of the season here. It was still 5-on-5 at this point. But again, a nice rip from Noah Dobson. He could use a goal like that. Romanov sets him up on it, rips one through, and the Islanders get on the board. Big Patrick Waugh decision here. He pulls the goalie way early. And you thought, all right, maybe they'll make it a game. Maxim Siplikov picks up his 4th goal of the season. Horvat and Pulock with assists. Oliver Wahlstrom gets it down. Siplikov goes behind the net. I thought he played well. He might have been the Islanders' best forward today, or just player all around. And he scores. Him and Cizikas down low. It looked like both guys got a stick on it, but Siplikov's stick got the last touch. Puts it in the back of the net. Jaden Schwartz would add an empty net goal for good measure here. And this is, if you watch Dobson, not that you'll be able to really see it, but he couldn't keep the puck in the zone, tried to catch it with his hand, doesn't catch it. Bang, goes through, tries to win a foot race, doesn't, and it ends up in the back of the net. 5-2 final score. On a night where it was pretty much empty at the arena tonight, at UBS Arena, which doesn't really, again, bode too well for this team. We did get Mitch back from hockey, so we'll talk him up there. Mitch, how you doing? Well, thanks for calling in. I got through all the goals. So just finished talking about the final empty net goal. Thank God you were at hockey tonight. I'm very envious of you. You missed probably the worst effort of the season tonight from the New York Islanders.
That's depressing. Although I'm starting to get used to the losing. As in, I don't like the losing, but I'm starting to get used to the idea of losing in terms of change is about to happen.
Yeah, you would hope so. You definitely hope so. I'm numb to it. That's basically where I'm at. And not that that's a good thing. That's obviously not a great place to be as a fan. No. But as you said, it happens so often. Like, how can that not be the reaction? You also missed, Mitch, an all-time Lou Lamoriello screen grab that's going to be used as a meme until he's gone here. We could toss that up. They showed him as the Islanders are down 4-0 in the third period, just staring off.
Look at him. Oh, Lou. Oh, God.
He knows that's a face of a man who knows it's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been saying there's no card that the Islanders could pull right now. Like, they did the fire the coach thing last season. You're not going to fire Patrick Waugh in season and be like, all right, we're going to let Lou hire another coach here. This it's over. That's basically what I was tweeting and talking about in the Discord during the game. Like, if you needed anything else, be like, oh, they just got to get healthy. No, it's done.
It's very much done. Like, there's nothing more you can do, or hope to God that you come back. Like the injuries, right? Matthew Barzal comes back, Anthony Duclair comes back. We saw Adam Pelech is skating. Their return sparks something in this team. I doubt it. No. But that's the only out for this team, is that these three players change everything. I noticed on the score sheet that it was a special teams clunker yet again. Right, they scored 100% of their power play goals, or on the power plays.
2 for 2 on the power play. The first penalty was a Scott Mayfield delay a game in the first period. The second one was a Noah Dobson high stick in the offensive zone.
In the offensive zone, unnecessary. It was always unnecessary, but like, of all places, that's the worst place to take it, in the offensive zone. God damn, that's so frustrating. But I think ultimately, when I was getting out of the car, thinking about the game, thinking about the result, thinking about a loss, I'm like, am I mad that they lost, or am I just bummed that it's a loss? Because it's different. You're mad because when you lose, because you're supposed to be winning. I don't think any of us went into this game saying we're so good that we should be winning this game. Sure, Seattle isn't a necessarily good team, but I don't think any of us went into this game with any sort of expectation saying we should be winning this game, because we have goals to achieve that require wins. We have those goals, but we all know very well going into this game that we're not meeting those goals. It's just not happening. So,
no.
Oh, my face is red. Look at that from my mask. Oh,
yeah. Got a good workout in, I guess, huh?
I did. It's a game of my life. Except I did a Charlie Lindgren today. I scored on myself.
Oh, no. Did you on the backhand?
No, so I play floorball. I'm on my knees, and I went to go throw it to one of my forwards, and I hit the inside of my own post, and the ball went into my net. So you can say I pull a Charlie Lindgren, or I pulled an Islander today. I felt the disappointment in myself.
Yeah, it was, like I said, Mitch, just a really, really rough effort from pretty much every single facet of this team.
I like this take that just showed up here.
Yeah, toss it up.
I gave up on this group totally back when Tkachuk strong-armed our goalie and we did nothing about it but lose the game. Remember that against Florida?
They playing like a team with no heart. And I know
Yeah.
that feels like really cliche, right? Because you can't really quantify it. Like there's no heart stat.
Yeah.
But if that's not a perfect personification of this team, like that's it.
That's true. P.S. I appreciate the French state of survival monists.
Tabernac.
God damn, man. Okay, what do you want to go on to next here?
I was gonna say, like, I know obviously you didn't see the game. Do you want to play the ice time game, or do you want me to just tell you what it was?
No, let's play. Let's
Right.
see my dumb takes. Leading the team in ice time for forwards, I'm going to say is Brock Nelson.
It's close, but no, it's Horvat at 2052. Brock was second at 1959.
Thought he would have got the Team USA bump in ice time. And we also saw like the rejigging of lines. I thought maybe they'd actually put him as the top line, but apparently not.
No, not the case. Least amount of ice time. No Matt Martin tonight.
There's no Matt Martin. Okay, so I'm going to say Hudson Fasching.
He was second. Kyle McLean had the least at 10 minutes and 49 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Fourth line didn't. Bottom six didn't do much in this game.
Maxim Siplikov scored.
Yeah, he did. And technically, right, I guess technically he is in the bottom six now. So he was, I said it on the show, he's probably the best Islander forward today, I would say.
Okay.
He's involved a lot.
That's good. That's good to see. You want to see him involved, you know, I would sort of take account, take responsibility for the demotion, if you will. So,
yeah.
Defenseman, I assume, is Noah Dobson.
Yeah, it is 2309 for Noah Dobson. He scored, which was good.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him on that. He could use it. It's only his second goal of the season. He was leading the way.
Okay. Least amount of ice time, Chalowski?
No, he didn't play tonight.
Okay.
It was Grant Hutton.
Okay, that makes sense.
At 1404.
Okay, but still 1404, right? You'll take that from a third pair defenseman instead of the 11 minutes we're seeing sometimes. So, and I don't know if he was at fault for anything, but I'm sure he pulled in a Grant Hutton type of performance, very Michael Delcolian.
There was one goal. I think it was the Vince Dunn goal. He didn't really step up. Like Vince Dunn kind of just walked right in and ripped one on net, which is not great. But
no, that's not great.
I can't be like they lost tonight because of Grant Hutton. You know,
no, fair.
The goalie stats, Mitch, aren't pretty.
No, I bet not.
No, Ilya Sorokin got pulled after the second. 9 saves on 13 shots, a 692 save percentage. Two power play goals. 2 of the goals were tips. Like obviously the numbers are horrible. They are what they are. 4 goals against and a 692 isn't good. But the whole team played like absolute garbage in front of them too. So
yeah, I'm just looking in on our Discord and I'm seeing Will going off. So that tells me Sorokin did not play well without even looking at the stats.
Yeah, well, Hoiberg stopped 11 of 11, so he had a perfect save percentage and is now in gear to be the #1 goalie.
It's a role reversal. Here we go. So that's great. I like Walter saying that Sorokin wasn't the reason. That's great.
No, he wasn't. I'm not going to go back for him and be like he was awesome tonight. No, but I mean it was 2 deflections in front. It was 2 power play goals. Like I don't know. I'm not going to blame him.
No, that's fair.
As for some other stats that we could pull up here, 29 shots on goal for the Islanders to the Kraken 25. 60% on faceoff dot on the faceoff dot. They dominated. I think they won like the first 8 or 9 faceoffs of the game. It was like 8 or 9 zip. Here we go. Special teams 2 for 2 on the power play for the Kraken. Islanders went 0 for 3. They also had a 4, Mitch, I don't know if you know this, they had a double minor that they didn't score on 4 straight minutes, including 56 seconds on fresh ice and starting the third period. 6 penalty minutes to the Islanders 4. Hits pretty even, 24-23. Block shots, 19-14. Giveaways, 13-8. And takeaways, 10-8 with the Kraken with 2 more.
The stats outside of the special teams show we played a good game. I'm not saying we actually did. Just the stats only in that regard You don't look at the special teams. Looks like we did well. We outshot. We won the face-offs. We didn't give the puck away a lot. We played a good game in terms of that. But obviously, the game isn't played just in the score sheet.
No, it wasn't. And
clearly,
like you look at I wanted to pull up the shot total because you look in like 13 shots through 2 periods and Seattle was up 4-0. Like you would think you give up 13 shots, you're playing okay. But it was definitely the Kraken that looked like the better team and felt like they were controlling and dominating despite not having a ton of shots.
Yeah. And like Walter's saying, to poke a hole in everything I just said, just special teams are part of the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, a major part and a big reason why they are where they are right now.
Yeah, which is so stupid. Like special teams is such an important part of the game. And then we lose because we can't figure out either of them. I'd be almost fine if we could do one really well, but we can't do either. Like even Nashville is really good on the penalty kill. We can't figure that out.
No, they can't do either. I think they're down to 31 in the power play now too.
Oh, I can't, man. It's so bad.
31 on the power play and penalty kill. So bottom 2 in the league at both.
What do you think of that? Does Engvall ride the ferry tomorrow back to Bridgeport?
They're gonna scapegoat him again. He wasn't good, but none of the team was good tonight. So maybe, but I don't know what that solves.
Yeah, you call up Jeffries, I suppose, but like just because he scored once, Jeffries, he had a bit of a lull in terms of production.
Okay.
I don't know if you're running to call him up. Although, like at this point, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Like you're playing like shit. Might as well see what he's got, and then at the very least, you got another guy that you can pull another Aturatu out of this, right? You put him at the NHL, he looks okay, and then someone comes calling.
Maybe I don't know, but this game to me proved that like that. Okay, we gotta hang on. Put a pause on that because we got another doozy of a Patrick Waugh quote about the guy we just talked about in Pierre Engvall.
Oh,
it's not good, Mitch.
I don't imagine it was.
Isles head coach Patrick Waugh, when asked if Pierre Engvall did what he asked tonight, do I have to answer that? I didn't see the spark that I was hoping to see. I'll leave it at that. That was a tough question.
So let's put this back up from Matt's seat. Chances he rides the ferry, 99.9%.
Holy shit.
The 0.1% is he doesn't make it in time to the ferry.
Oh my God. That's tough, man. Patrick, I've been saying it, man. Like his quotes don't sound like a guy who's going to be here much longer either.
Yeah, like why? Like X-Pun says, Hawaii is so done too. Like he's just not putting up with any BS. He's just not. He put it out there. Said, "I need you to do this," and apparently he didn't do it.
And it put him back down to the 4th line very quickly too.
Oh, sacrament. That's not good.
God.
That's not good.
Which like I don't know if Lou just like mercy kills Patrick Waugh and be like, you don't have to deal with this anymore. But it's I don't know. The GM's got to look himself in the mirror because I think this is more on him than it is the coach.
Yeah. I like this take from David a bit. Like I don't see spark from Juan on the bench either. All I see is an OHL system that sucks.
Yeah, I don't think it's been like crazy. Like I'm not going to defend Patrick Waugh and be like, oh my God, like everything's fine. He's the guy, but it's the team that's wrong. Like I said, I don't think you bring either Lou or him back at this point now with how things are trending. Hire a new GM and let him make the call.
Probably. And yeah, you're right. It's not like I don't like Patrick Waugh. I want Patrick Waugh around. Like I'm French Canadian. Like I just want him around just because. But at this point, it just doesn't seem like anything is working. And it's probably no fault of his own. It's just whatever brand of hockey he's trying to get these guys to play, they're just not responding. It doesn't seem that way. Again, maybe we pull a St. Louis Blues 2019, and it turns around once we get the guys from injuries back. Maybe.
Yeah. But even still, like, what is that going to accomplish? Like, maybe you make the playoffs and then get boat raced again in the first round.
Yeah. Well, although like Washington did that last year, right? They got swept in the first round, and then they did some changes. And as long as they have a GM committed to change, we'll be okay. I think
that's the issue. I don't know if they do have that, and also I don't I don't want it to get to that point because the Islanders are actually put in a spot, which scares me that Lou's the one who's going to make this decision, but they actually have some pieces of value that they could sell at the trade deadline this year in Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri. So I don't want to play around like, oh, let's try to get into the playoffs. You make the playoffs with 93 points. You'll lose to probably Carolina in the first round again for the third year in a row. And then Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri re-sign or leave. Like, I think this is your on a silver platter. They are giving you this out card of like, here are 2 chips that you could probably trade for Brock Nelson, a first plus. And I think there's a chance you get a first round pick for Kyle Palmieri, but let's go conservative and even say a second round pick.
Sure.
Like that's then 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. And not necessarily that you have to stay at each spot and pick at each spot, but allows you more flexibility, which is something that they really need to do.
Yeah. So there are pieces there for whatever incoming GM to do something to reshape this team going forward. I like this from JC. It would be nice if Watt could be the guy, but it doesn't seem like he has enough answers at the moment, which is true, right? Yeah. And he's also said like, we don't have to change a thing. Well, you kind of do, bud. You kind of do. But not sure if having all the injured guys back help all that much. Probably right. You're probably right. It's just like that's the only if you got any hope, it's there. That's it.
And it's not much. And I think that's, I don't want to like poo-poo you for bringing that up, but I just think that's a short-sighted way to look at it.
Yeah, because injuries should never be the reason for anything. They're an excuse, but they should never be the reason for anything, right? Like you can create an excuse. Oh, we're bad because of injuries. Well, you should have enough depth in your roster where those injuries shouldn't factor unless you lose like your star player. And it's your only star player at the beginning of the year throughout the season. Fine. But that's not the case here.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And Walter brings up Brock back, Palms traded, need a spot for Yzerman. I don't know what a 34-year-old Brock Nelson does for this, like for the state of this team. Like he's going to turn 34 next October. I think you maximize his potential now and again, like start to reshuffle the deck. Yeah.
Just like Unknown saying, trade him. Guys nearing 35. You're going to get a huge return for him. You will. You just will. And then he's going to showcase at the Four Nations tournament right before the trade deadline, right? Like weeks before the trade deadline. If he shows up there and he's got good stat lines here, look out. First plus.
And he has the bump making the American team too. So there you go. A little extra value.
Exactly. So I like it. But do you want to get to some more of these comments throughout? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
We're at 27 minutes. We usually only do 30, but we could do like 35 type of thing.
Yeah, we'll go for a few more minutes on the comments here. We got a lot of people hanging with us tonight. I think just frustrated.
Yeah. So I don't know how far back you went. There's a lot. We get a lot of people here. Oh my gosh. Dodge play. At least they played a decent third period.
Yeah.
They scored twice.
They did score twice.
Got absolutely worked for 55 minutes. I think we're going 0-3 for 1 for the week. No way we beat Carolina and Ottawa. Is a crapshoot, really. I hope they win. I'm taking my kids to the Ottawa game. Holy crap, they better win for me because I don't want to bring my kids to this game trying to turn them on to hockey in the Islanders and they crap the bed. It's not going to go well.
Give a performance like tonight where they're down 4-0.
Yeah, my kids will be bored by the second period. Isles D-men love the delayed game penalty. I bet that's like 25% of the Isles total infractions. I would love to take a look at that, Sloppy. Please ask that in the Patreon so we can look it up.
Yeah, we could deep dive that at another point, but it feels, eye test wise, it feels like it happens pretty often.
Yeah. Lou has done a lot for the franchise. He'll be put in an advisory position. What do you think ultimately happens with Lou Lamoriello?
Mutually agree to part ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I don't think you can kick him up. I think that comes in later. I won't bring it up anyways because we're talking about it now, but I don't think he gets kicked up. There's nowhere else he can go. He's already president and general manager.
Yeah. What if move him to an advisory spot so he could hire his son to be the GM? I don't think that's the plan.
Yeah, please not. State of survival, already looking at the top 3 picks. I'm not sure what it is. I don't usually look at it this early, but I'm going to start. But Hagens is up there. If
Hagens,
that's the one we have to take.
I was saying it in the Discord. Okay, I have a conspiracy theory that the NHL should rig the draft lottery so the Islanders get the number 1 pick because one, Higgins is local, but number two, the Islanders host the All-Star game next year at UBS. So what a story it would be for the local kid to be in the All-Star game playing for his hometown team in his first year.
That would be huge. That would help the
Story.
franchise.
Help the franchise, sell the sport. Come on now.
Gary Bettman's an Islander fan, right? I grew up an Islander fan.
If there was ever a time.
Now's the time, buddy. You crapped on us for years. Now's the time. You almost gave us a fake owner. Come on, buddy.
Yep.
Left lock. God, I miss Uncle Leo. Yeah, I don't disagree. Where else do we want to go? I like this from Walter. No offensive identity on this team, which is sad.
No, they don't have an identity. More often than not, they're not going to. And I get it. They're missing two guys who play on their top line, but it's still not good enough even when they're healthy.
No, exactly. Brandon says, look, I respect Lou. He brought this franchise out of the basement, but we're heading back to the basement. It's time to fire Lou. I'll always respect what he's done for the Isles, but change is needed. This is the appropriate take.
That I was going to say that's word for word how I feel about the situation.
Yeah, this is the right take to have. I don't want none of this harassing Lou Lamoriello. If you see him, he's done a good job. You shake his hand, you say thank you, but it's done. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's, like I said, again, I think that's the perfect way to describe it. He did good things, helped stabilize the team when they weren't for a long time, but it's over. It's very clear that it's over.
Yeah. What about this? By New Year, the season will be lost. Maybe Brent Sutter for coach and Patrick Roy as GM. I don't know about that.
No,
I don't know I don't know if I like Brent Sutter as a coach.
No, I think I don't know if that's the move for this team either.
No. What do you think about this from Andre? Expect Ken Holland to take over as GM. He's working for the NHL now, but I expect him to be a GM again. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he really moves it for me either.
I don't really like what he did with the Edmonton Oilers. Didn't really do much there. It's going to be more of the same with Ken Holland vis-a-vis like Lou Lamoriello. I don't know. It seems like the same kind of legacy hire type of thing. And
it would, because you'd be going, oh, this guy was awesome in the late 90s and early 2000s. He just got out of that. Yeah.
And then if he comes in, he's bringing in Woodcroft. Oh, please no. I did not like Jay Woodcroft as a coach.
No, me neither. I wouldn't want to go that route.
No.
Personally.
Let's keep going here. We're kind of near the end. There are zero coaches out there that is turning this team around. There are zero coaches out there that is turning this team around. They just don't have the level of personnel on the ice. There is a statement to be made. Yeah, there's something to be played there.
I agree.
So there, I love it. What do you have to say, Lou? Where are you, Lou? Do you now understand we need to break this team up? Yeah.
Again, Palmieri and Nelson should be deadline deals. I don't think it gives you absolutely nothing to keep those guys.
No. And then final one here. I want a wise GM, but at this point you have to clean house, right? I'd like an assistant GM from a successful team to be brought in as the GM here. Completely new ideas. Yeah.
They need that.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the same boat. Someone not young. Young isn't necessarily the requirement, but like experience, but with new ideas and a fresh take. Yes. And then sees the game as it is played now. Like Lou Lamoriello is seeing the game as it is played like 10, 15 years ago, which worked for a bit, but we're just, you can see it. Just watch any other team play, and they play with so much speed, poise, and aggression, and just when they're carrying the puck.
Yeah.
Which is we don't have.
No, they don't. They need a new philosophy.
Exactly. So that's about it. Is there anything else you want to pop in before we dip out?
James Higgins, 2025.
Let's go. Learn to speak Long Island, bud. Oh, wait, you already do.
That'll do it for us tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll catch you next time.